in LA, and we're doing an LA show.
Hey, Dr. Travis, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
I'm so excited to get to ask you this in person.
Your questions.
I'm 42 years old. I'm not premenopausal, am I?
What would be good tips for like in-flight health?
The number one thing I do is
Your concerns.
People that are allergic to fish itself usually can still take the fish oil.
From the heart of Hollywood
we're here on Hollywood Boulevard.
At the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
to the beaches of Baywatch.
Can you show us the Baywatch walk?
And with 10,000 rescues per beach per year, see how your hair can signal signs of drowning. The stars.
Sometimes when I stand up quickly, I see a different kind of stars. Why does that happen, and is there anything I can do about it?
The snacks.
This is great. I love it.
The surgeries.
All right, let's take a look.
The shows.
I'm here in the beautiful Dolby Theater, here to check in with the production of Cirque du Soleil.
Complete with the benefits of taking along your kids.
They are 4 times more likely to be recognized for academic excellence.
The doctors hit LA.
How many medicines were you on before you lost the weight?
I was on probably 12 different pills I had to take a day, maybe more.
How many are you on now?
None.
All new.
You are my miracle. You are exactly what I'm trying to preach to America.
Starting right now.
Hello and welcome to The Doctors. We're coming to you from Yamashiro, Hollywood, an iconic Los Angeles hotspot with some of the most unbeatable views of LA, no matter where you turn. And I'm not just up here to get my vitamin D today. No, the reason I'm out here is we're devoting this entire hour to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Dr. Lisa, Dr. Orden, Dr. Sears, and I recently hit the streets just steps away from here on the iconic Hollywood Walk of Fame. We couldn't seem to find our star out there, but what we did find is a whole lot of questions.
I'm from Perth, Australia.
Oh, very cool.
Traveling to LA, obviously. And I always find that when I travel, I get sick from the plane and I get a flu, like I'll always catch something. So I was just wondering what would be good tips for like in-flight health.
Well, some people say your risk of getting sick on a flight is 100 times that of just daily life. I fly all the time. The number one thing I do is keep my hands clean. And when I'm flying on a plane, I do not allow my hands to come anywhere near my face.
Okay.
You touch the doorknob in the lavatory, you touch the tray table, you touch the magazine, then you touch your eyes. The person before you was sick, you're probably gonna get sick too. So be very cognizant of the hands, carry some alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
And vitamins that you can take.
There's no evidence that all those vitamins decrease your risk.
Yep.
But what you can do is get plenty of sleep and stay hydrated when you're traveling. So what you want to do is keep your immune system functioning at its optimum when you travel.
I'm 42 years old. I'm not premenopausal, am I?
You don't know until you get your hormones checked. Because even if your periods are regular, you may get some symptoms that you're just on your way, but you're not there yet. Because you're not in menopause until your period stops for 6 months to a year.
My name's Dr. Jim. How old are you? 5. And how old are you? 3.
She has this cough that kind of comes on, and then it goes away, and it comes on. We've seen her pediatrician. Essentially just says that it could be her tonsils, it could be something else. I don't know, any ideas?
Interesting, yeah. It's a chronic cough in kids can be puzzling sometimes. I'm gonna take a quick look at her.
Sure.
All right, can you open your mouth and go, ah, really big, and I'm gonna look way back there? Okay. Evelyn's tonsils are pretty big, and I would wanna make sure they're not always that big. Hers aren't quite touching, but they're coming close. Maybe a sign of chronic allergies, possibly. So I might at least think about what she might be allergic to. Is it a food? Is it mold in the house? Is it dust? And maybe kind of allergy-proof her bedroom. See an allergist and get tested. All right, give me 5. Oh yeah, give me 5. Woohoo!
I had a question.
Okay,
for you.
go ahead.
So I had a scar, a little scar. It's like brief from an accident from the airbag, about like 6 years ago.
Okay.
Is there any cream like lightener?
Yes, you have olive skin, so initially, as you heal, as you have a scar that's maturing, it may turn a little bit brown. So what are the important things for you to do? Number 1, cover it from the sun. Any added sunlight, if you have a scar, is going to make that scar worse.
Okay.
The only way to lighten an existing scar is using what's called hydroquinone, which is a a depigmentation agent. It's a lightening gel. It is a bleaching cream, but you're not going to like put it on and get a white spot.
Okay.
You need to use it over the course of several months.
I'm 72 years old, and I'm still having hot flashes. How long am I going to have these?
Wait, now, do you have any other medical problems or conditions?
I'm diabetic.
Okay, that may be contributing to them or actually just causing a new sensation that's very similar to hot flashes from menopause. So you really need to talk to your doctor about it. Have them run your hormones, have them run your thyroid hormones as well. And there's a lot of different things to help you with those symptoms, depending on, what's actually causing it. With real menopause, they actually should get better and go away.
Hi there, how are you?
Doing well, how are you
I'm
doing?
Dr. Orden, Drew.
Nice to meet you. I don't break out too often, but when I do, it's usually in the same areas. And then the blemish lasts a little bit longer than the actual, say, pimple.
And you're not picking, right?
No. It's just, it'll like be a slightly dark area.
You know, in the old days, we used to say, it's teenagers eating the wrong things. We now know that it really is stress-related. You should have something available for you. The basic things we use for acne, salicylic acid, which is really like aspirin ground up, and benzoyl peroxide. Those are the two best things. What do? They're going to clean out those pores. If you have active acne, pimples, they're going to disinfect it, and they're going to help dry it up.
I had a question. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and she's borderline underweight. I was wondering what methods can I use to get her to gain a little weight?
That's a really good question. Is she developing normally? Did she walk and talk at the normal ages? And 2.5, probably talking a lot. Longer sentences, at least 3-4 words together. Running around. So does she look healthy?
She does.
And does she eat healthy?
I try to give her vegetables, fruits, water, but it's kind of hard at her age, wanting candy and soda.
Yeah, that's important. It's funny, even the, little kids, that when they tend to eat junk like that, when adults, it'll make us fat.
Yeah.
But kids, oftentimes it makes them either fat or too thin because they're kind of empty calories. There's not much nutritional value in those, so they fill up and then they're not getting any nutrition because they're not eating the good stuff. So what I would recommend is try to fill her up on nutrition-dense foods. Most kids love to dip, to take veggie sticks or even crackers, dip it in the guacamole or just mashed up avocado and eat that. Other dips, hummus, made of chickpeas, that's actually healthy for you. And then my favorite dip is Greek yogurt. You can dip just about anything in there. And you can dip fruit in there, you can dip veggies in there, you can even add a little dip mix into the Greek yogurt, and suddenly you've got a healthy sour cream and onion dip.
Okay, nice, thank you.
How are you? How are you?
Brandon, Travis, good to see you.
Ever since I was a teenager, I've been getting random nosebleeds, and I can't figure out why. Is there any advice you guys could give me?
You look healthy. If you weren't healthy, I would worry about things like really high blood pressure, clotting disorders.
Right.
But you're not bleeding anywhere else. I would keep your nasal passages moist. Saline sprays, nasal saline sprays before you go to bed at night.
Okay.
I've had this bump on my face for like 3 days. They said put some toothpaste on it.
No. People say put butter on things, put toothpaste on things.
That's not working.
But that's gonna get better.
Okay.
Don't worry about toothpaste. Keep that in your mouth.
How come most women gain weight and they cannot lose weight after they have their cycle? Because I'm having that problem.
It's that hormonal roller coaster, okay? So certain hormones are around like right before you have your period, in the middle of your period, and after your period. And right before your period, those are the hormones that are around that cause bloating and cause us to retain fluid. And those can be the ones that can cause headaches. And also some cravings. And so they can actually have you eat more. So there's a lot of things that you can do to help that, from birth control pills to sometimes taking a little mini diuretic. But you have to talk to your doctor about it, because your period is sort of that, it's a vital sign, okay? And if it's really irregular, your doctor needs to check your hormones to find out if something else is going on.
Can I ask you a question?
You bet.
I do have, my son here is 14. Now he has allergies to fish. Now what can he take as a supplement?
This is a really important question. People that are allergic to fish itself usually can still take the fish oil. Maybe he could start with that. But in general, what you are allergic to in the fish itself is not in the oil.
Oh, okay. So I can try that.
wondering, sometimes when I go to bed at night, I have lower back pain, and it's kind of like a throbbing pain that shoots up my back. Just wondering if there's any treatment or prevention ideas you might have.
During your day, are you sitting a lot? Are you in a unnatural position?
Probably, yeah. So just stretch it more?
Well, with musculoskeletal back pain, some of the most common causes are sitting, slouched over or stressing the area. So you may want to try everything from standing a little bit more during the day, a stabilizing exercise ball if you sit at work a lot.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is if this does start radiating down your leg, you feel numbness or weakness, then you want to get it looked at.
So I have a question. I have ovarian cysts. They told me I had them at the age of 18. I'm 22 years old now. I have pain here and there. I just don't know if it's because of that, and I just want to know how can I treat them.
You want to see your gynecologist because it depends on what type of cyst. So I don't have your ultrasound to know exactly what type, but if it's just the cyclical type of cyst, that can sometimes cause a lot of problems. Even just those physiologic ones can get big and cause pain. We try and suppress those with birth control pills. So a lot of times we'll just suggest putting you on birth control pills to try and suppress the ovulation, which is what causes the cysts every month. And hopefully they'll go down and it won't be so much of a problem.
A little less than 3 years ago, after watching my dad beat cancer to die of liver disease, I weighed 455 pounds and had diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, anxiety, depression, a 90% loss of feeling in both feet from diabetic neuropathy, all the comorbidity that goes with
How long ago was this?
A little less than 3 years ago. In 1 year,
weighed 450 pounds?
Yes, 455 pounds. In 1 year without surgery, I completely eradicated all the disease states and dropped 215 pounds down to 240. My question to you is, I've had about a 96% return of feeling in both feet from the diabetic neuropathy. In your experience, can I expect 100% return? Is that a realistic goal?
You can hope, you can't guarantee yourself anything in life. All you can do is everything that you're doing right now. What's the number one or two things that you did to lose the weight?
The most important thing was meditation. It was quieting my mind, getting that subconscious mind under control. And then the second thing was the lifestyle changes and the diet changes. Now I'm 100% vegan, 100% gluten-free, about 80% raw.
Let me ask you this. How many medicines were you on before you lost the weight?
I was on probably 12 different pills I had to take a day, maybe more.
How many are you on now?
None.
Here's the reality. If you hadn't made the lifestyle changes,
absolutely,
you wouldn't have any hope.
Wouldn't have this conversation with you now. I'd be dead.
So you are living proof.
Yes.
You are my miracle. You are exactly what I'm trying to preach to America.
Okay.
I swear to you,
I know.
You are a living example that you can turn it all around. So that's a wrap from Hollywood Boulevard. Some really good questions. That was fun.
Coming up, Dr. Travis and Dr. Orton meet up with a real LA lifeguard for some tips on visiting the beach.
What is the safest way to body surf?
How about rip currents? Give us the 411.
Plus, the one thing every beachgoer should know that could save your life.
Do that, you're going to the hospital.
And later, Dr. Sears visits an LA food truck.
Do you need any help? Can I come back there and help out?
We would love some help.
Who wants their buns toasted?
And answers some very important questions about the food we eat.
What do you think about pesticides and GMOs?
I deal with little kids, and their growing brains are so vulnerable to chemicals.
Coming up on Monday.
Sometimes our bodies can embarrass us.
Excess dribble, sweating down there, blackheads in your ear.
No way!
We're giving you solutions to your grossest and most embarrassing health problems ever.
We've got you covered.
Then, the shocking hospital mix-up with an IV bag that actually killed a woman.
Well, you're essentially injecting a toxic substance directly into the bloodstream.
You'll never believe what was in the IV bag. All new. That's on Monday. And then on Tuesday, you've got questions and we've got answers. Is your teen at risk for cancer?
HPV of the mouth.
You could be growing an early stage of a cancer.
All new on the doctors. That's on Tuesday.